Hey, what's up, family? It's Akanka. And today I have a very urgent message that I have to share to explain the three biggest lies that we've been told to keep us out of our power. Lie number one, that we're just human, okay? Has anybody ever shared with you that you may have superpowers, that you may have the same abilities as the one that they describe as Jesus in the Bible? That you have the ability to raise the dead, that you have the ability to heal the sick, that you have the ability to do miraculous wonders? Yeah, nobody ever told me either. So by omission, somebody lied to me. It wasn't until I lived my whole life that I found out and realized that I have the same abilities as Jesus had. And Jesus came to this planet to tell us that, to awaken the masses and let them know that you have the same abilities as I do. The only thing you have to do is raise your vibration to align with the level of Christ consciousness that I'm aligned with. That level of Christ consciousness, along with that high vibration and that high frequency, allows you to open and unlock your supernatural gifts and powers like Jesus had. Allows you to operate and flow through your heart chakra, right? Allows you to lead with love, allows you to be balanced, gives you the power to contain and control your shadow, right? Jesus walked in his true divinity, and he wanted us to do the same thing. But because the powers that be were on the planet, these evil cancerous parasites, they killed the man and took his message and basically remixed it, watered it down, and gave it to us in religious texts. And told us if we didn't follow their God, that we'd be damned to hell. So that's the first lie that we were told, is that we're just human. And Jesus came to this planet to right that wrong and to clarify what it is, who we really are. We're really and truly divine beings. We're not just this flesh. This flesh can die and be gone today or tomorrow. We will continue on. We are immortal. We are gods. We have that capability to tap into our divinity. So that's number one. Lie number two is the timeline that we're on. The day, the time, the year. All of that is lumped into their big system and web of lies, which is the Matrix, right? They have us believing that it's the year 2022. When if you're really a spiritual being, and some of you may be just starting out on this journey, which I respect that, but Mayans predicted that in 2012, there would be a huge shift on the planet, okay? With the earth and with the people. And a lot of that was going to be spiritual, right? Well, 2012 came and went, and we didn't really feel or see anything. But guess what? We're feeling and seeing a lot now. And it's 2022, 10 years later. So a lot of spiritual experts believe that we are in the year 2012 right now. It benefits the powers that be to have us think that it's 2022 because we don't have any expectation of anything, right? Those people who are not spiritual and just out here doing whatever, they have no clue. They're clueless. Those of us that are spiritual are seeing the signs, are seeing the callings from the universe. We're seeing the repeated numbers, the synchronicities. We're getting the downloads and the messages, right? We've opened our pineal gland. We're vibrating higher. We can feel the shift. We can feel something turning and changing, right? When you're connected like that, especially when you're connected to the planet through nature, you can feel the transformation. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in your spirit. You see the signs and synchronicities and symbols and signals that the universe is sending everywhere. So a lot of you may already know that the earth is transitioning from 3D to 5D right now, right? So she is raising her frequency essentially. So in order for us to survive this transition, we're going to have to raise our frequency as well. Another prediction is that we have a 12th strand of DNA that's actually coming online now. It's actually flickering in some of us that have raised our vibration to a certain level. Is flickering and trying to activate now. And as you raise your vibration, that 12th strand of DNA is going to come online fully. And that's when you're able to unlock your supernatural gifts, your supernatural powers as a divine being. And if we really are in the year 2012, how coincidental would that be that our 12th strand of DNA is in alignment with this earth transformation in the actual year 2012, which we are really thought to be in right now. The third lie that we've been told is that there is a second coming of Christ. Well, can I submit to you that the second coming of Christ is in direct correlation with this earth transformation and these Mayan predictions? The second coming of Christ doesn't mean a man in body and flesh. It means a level of consciousness. The level of consciousness that Jesus was able to attain when he was on earth is the same level of consciousness that is being offered to us. We have the ability to tap into right now by raising our frequency and opening our pineal gland and connecting and tapping into our higher self, who is going to lead us and guide us to our divinity. So this second coming of Christ is an offer for all of us to receive the consciousness that Jesus was able to tap into. Okay? And this level of consciousness is going to be assisted and ushered in by the light workers, by the 144,000 who are here on the planet now, who are spreading the light, spreading the message about the awakening. Awaken. It's time. The universe is calling us to wake up. It's time. She's moving. She's shifting. Earth is shifting. Mother Earth is shifting, and we have to shift too. We have to match. We have to be on a certain frequency so that we can survive the shift. Mother Earth shifted in Noah's day when the great flood came. Noah knew it. Noah tried to sound the alarm, but people laughed and called him crazy. Because it's the easiest thing to do to dismiss something as crazy and ludicrous when you don't understand it. It's just so much easier to do that. And then look how many people perished. So as a caveat to that, back in the I guess Bible days or before the Bible days, you had scribes who would record these messages from spiritual people, from the shaman, from the native people who were highly spiritual. They would write these texts down and annotate them. How do you think we got the information from the Mayans? Because they would write it down and annotate it. Well, we can have and use scribes, but we have YouTube. And we have tons of people who are highly elevated spiritually and vibrating at a certain frequency so that they can receive messages from the cosmos, from the spiritual realm. And family, this is the same communication that you can tap into once you connect with your higher self and raise your vibration. But it all starts with opening your pineal gland. You got to do the work, family. You got to do the work because we are running out of time. The earth is shifting. And the more of us that wake up, the easier it is for her to shift. because we're transmuting all the dark energy off of the planet. That dark energy keeps us anchored into a lower frequency, keeps our planet anchored into a lower frequency. But when we, the people, turn on our light internally and clean out the darkness, she can come more into balance. She's lighter. She's able to raise her frequency easier. It's an individual and collective effort. The planet is going to shift. She's going to do her thing, period. And these people, the parasites, the demonic entities on the planet that seek to suppress, oppress, enslave, and control us, they are out of time. They are out of time, divine family. Their time is up. Mama Earth is shifting, and we're shifting with her. They won't make it. And neither will a lot of people who don't want to accept that this is the reality. That this is the new message. They can't change the message now. We've got the freedom of the internet. Unless they shut down the entire internet. And that's how they shut down the message. But still and yet, the light workers are here. This movement is already in place, and it's only going to spread like wildfire. It's only going to spread and take off like wildfire. As you open your pineal gland, connect to your higher self, raise your vibration, you will notice that you will start to get tailor-made messages for you from the spiritual realm. You'll get messages from your spirit guides, from your ancestors, from divine spirit, which is your higher self, on what you need to do. Some of these messages may entail things that you need to eat, certain ways that you need to exercise. It may entail certain people that you need to cut off, certain things that you need to take out of your life. You may have to go through a dark night of the soul. You will have to heal your trauma. That's part of the process. And healing trauma can entail going through a dark night of the soul. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up on YouTube. It's not an easy process. It's not easy at all. But at least if you know what it is, that's better than a lot of us who have been through it and didn't know what we were going through. Didn't find out until after the fact. So you'll have to heal your trauma. You'll have to heal your pain. You'll have to release resentment. You'll have to release hate. What you are doing is transmuting your heart chakra, repairing your heart from all of the damages that came from being anchored into a 3D reality. Because in this reality comes a lot of pain and a lot of distortion and chaos and a lot of stuff like that. So you've got to cleanse all of that out. You got to peel back the layers and heal everything that needs to be healed and clean out everything that needs to be cleaned out. You're going to have to find your happiness. When you raise your vibration, you are finding your happiness. Okay? Your focus when you raise your vibration is self-love and self-care. Period. Everything else needs to be cut out. Everything else in your life needs to be cut out as a priority. Self-love and self-care. That's how you're going to save yourself. That's how you're going to raise your vibration. Okay? That's got to be your number one priority. And if that means you have to be solo dolo for a few years, if that means you have to stop logging onto social media for a few years, Spirit is going to tell you. Spirit is going to tell you exactly what you have to do. And you can listen or you can not listen because you have free will. But trust and believe, if you don't listen, it's going to slow down your process. It's going to slow down your process for you getting to your full divinity. And that's what the universe is calling us to do, to wake up and come into our full divinity. Raise your vibration through self-love and self-care. Nurture yourself, get out into nature, start working out, get a good diet, time out for all the processed foods, more whole foods like steaming vegetables, eating fruits, nuts, beans and stuff like that, like whole foods. Because those foods that you get from like fast foods and all that stuff is laced with pesticides. That stuff keeps you anchored into the darkness. Yeah. You have to feed the light. You have to be intentional about feeding the light. That comes through food, that comes through the movies that you watch, that comes through the music that you listen to. Me personally, I cut out social media because there's a lot of negative stuff on there. And you reap what you sow. If you're on social media, leaving negative messages and just run into drama, to be mixed up in drama and, beefing with this person and that person, then that's what you're going to get back in life. A lot of conflict and chaos. And Spirit is calling us to clean all of that out. Clean that off of our slate. It's time out for that. We're about to bring heaven back to the earth once she transforms to 5D. It's going to be heaven on earth again. It's not going to be this darkness and this imbalance that we have now. It's not going to be this demonic what we see now. She's coming back into balance. And that starts with us. Okay? So we have a job to do. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know how much time we have left. Because like I said, with so many people waking up, is helping her to increase her speed in her transformation. So I don't know how much time we have left. I would like to think maybe we have 10 years left. But that may not be the case. I get a lot of messages where I see 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Like, it's important. It's important. Wake up. Let's get these messages out. It's important. It's important. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing 9/11 since about 2017, 2018. And to me, I interpreted that as the universe was telling me there was something urgent. I need to pay attention. It's something urgent. Wake up. And that's what it is. And now I'm seeing 144 everywhere. On the clock, on license plate numbers, and maybe literature that I may pick up and read. I'm seeing 144 everywhere. So it's time. It's activation time. We're in 2012. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. We're in 2012. It's go time. The Mayans were right. Look into it. Look into it, family. See what kind of information you can find out there about the predictions for 2012. But it's go time, family. The universe is calling us to wake up. It's go time, family. It's go time. It's time to wake up. Dust off your pineal gland so that you can see through the lies and manipulation and bullshit that comes from these parasites out here that are controlling the world. That's how you get your truth. That's how you can determine truth from fiction when you're navigating out here in this world. That's how you don't allow people to tell you to put something in your body that may not allow you to get to your divine consciousness. That's going to stop you and block you. That's going to compromise you in some way. That's how you know truth from fiction. Open your pineal gland. Open your third eye. Okay? All right, family. That's the message. Love and light.